has suggested is that we shouldn't increase the 140,000 annual cap. I think that's wrong. Following his bill, doing exactly what he says, giving these visas only to those who are waiting in line who are from Indian descent, doing that, and no visas for the rest of the world. If you follow the Senator Lee proposal, in 10 years, there'll still be 165,000 people of Indian descent waiting in line, and the rest of the world would have been excluded. This is unfair.
Equally no discrimination.
Equally no discrimination.
Pass S386.
Pass S386.
Treat equally no discrimination.
Treat equally no discrimination.
Pass S386. Treat equally no discrimination.
What do you say?
Leaders equal, not separate.
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 Senator Durbin, please pass S386.
Inside.
Please pass 386. Please pass 386. Don't treat separate, treat as equal. No discrimination.
Please pass S386.
Please pass S386. Don't treat separate, treat as equal. Leaders equal, not separate. Leaders equal, not separate. Leaders equal, not separate.
Senator Mike Lee today failed for, are you ready, a fourth time to pass his legislation that would accelerate the flow of Indian H-1B visa workers and Chinese workers into the United States. Senate Bill 386. It's entitled, quote, the Fairness for High-Skilled Immigrants Act, end quote. It has already passed in the House as H.R. 1044. It is supported by the Indian government as well as big tech like Google and Microsoft. Before trying to push the bill today, Senator Lee met with Indian men and women from a group called Immigration Voice who support the bill. Lee took to the Senate floor trying to highlight some of those Indian workers who would benefit from such legislation, but he encountered some considerable difficulty.
Ugna Hingu is a registered nurse. Dr. Chaitanya Mumilapuli, Dr. Sri Obularity, Dr. Priya Shanmugnam.
I'm not saying I could do any better, but he did terrible. Lee then went on to say that he hasn't heard anyone give a sound reason for not supporting his bill. Senator Dick Durbin obliged him then and objected, using this reasoned argument.
Giving these visas only to those who are waiting in line who are from Indian descent, doing that, and no visas for the rest of the world, if you follow the Senator Lee proposal, in 10 years there'll still be 165,000 people of Indian descent waiting in line, and the rest of the world would have been excluded. This is unfair.
Senator Durbin, of course, has his own legislation, a bill that would also lift the per-country caps on H-1B visas, exempt spouses and children from being counted for the purpose of any quotas, and raise the annual available number of employment-based visas, of course.
Okay. So have you worked on any triggers in your experience?
Yes, I'm using triggers, but if I'm using a trigger, so I'm just analyzing how to use the trigger.
Man,
Are we going to work
hold on.
If these two are not achievable, I'm going with the trigger, and we used many events in trigger like before, after.
Hold on. I think it's not you who is speaking. I mean, someone is speaking, someone else is speaking here, and you're just lip syncing. I can also hear your voice, the candidate who is sitting right in front of me. I got you. I mean, it's not the right way, man. I already told you that it's not the position that someone comes and gives you a task and you're gonna deliver it. It's a very senior level position where you need to manage the entire instance. I'm sorry, you're not going to continue this interview process. And going forward, I suggest you not to take like this. I mean, you need to be very formal and also at least practice before you take the interview, taking these kind of things. It's I clearly caught you. You know, the other guy is talking and you're also speaking in a very low voice, syncing up your lips. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Thank you.
Stay tuned.